Hello, it's Greg Grizzled and Gaijin. We're back. We hope you're having a happy day wherever you're listening to this audio content from. As always, I'd like to thank you for your continued support of Greg Grizzled and Gaijin's social media and writing efforts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is episode 022 of the Greg Grizzled and Gaijin, definitely not a podcast show. A light and fluffy look at social media, Japan, Japanese food, expat life, and life in general. As always, your retweets of this and all the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful content that we actively tweet and retweet out on Craig Hoffman 11 on Twitter is appreciated. Thank you in advance for helping us get the good word out about Greg Grizzled and Gaijin. Good episode today, talking about life challenges, piano concerts, and as always, being, quote, more in life, end quote. This week on my Facebook, I saw that last year I had posted, I want to give a piano recital. And it disappointed me this year that I had done little to nothing to move towards accomplishing that life goal. And I could say a million excuses that I didn't have time, that I was busy writing, I was busy blogging, I was busy building Greg Grizzled and Gaijin on social media. But I am not a person who believes in making excuses. I'm a person who believes strongly that one must push forward to overcome any and all obstacles and challenges in their way. I often say to friends and expats and family and people who have problems and people who know me that challenges and obstacles are there to stop other people, not me. And so secretly for the last 2 weeks, beyond my wife and maybe one or two people privately on Twitter, I have been getting up as usual, but instead of writing and blogging and making content, I have been at a keyboard, busting my fingers to the bone, and every evening before I go to bed, practicing through the week, and getting up every Saturday and Sunday early to practice even more. I must admit, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I might give up, to tell the truth, and I almost did. About 4 days in, my hands were really stiff. About a week in, I didn't feel like I was making very much musical progress. But as time passed and the hours added up and people were listening to me play who knew a thing or two about music, I realized that it is possible, if I really crush myself this year, that I could perform about an hour-long piano recital next year that I could be proud of, and more importantly, people would be happy that they came to and listened. Now, I should say I'm not starting at zero. My degrees are in music. My undergraduate days, I did take piano lessons, although I was a trumpet player. I spent a lot more time focused on that. My graduate school days, I did teach piano classes as part of my graduate teaching assistantship. But performance was never something that I was interested in. In fact, it was quite difficult. I had little to no confidence as a performing musician. I used to get nearly to the point of an anxiety attack playing even the most simple thing in front of even a few people. It took a lot of courage and focus and meditation. Even I took, if you know, catnip tablets to calm my nerves to the point where I could perform without creating some massive train wreck. And of course, after I finished graduate school, I moved on and I got, quote, a real job, as many musicians do, and there just wasn't time or interest in playing and keeping music up, and my life went in other directions, as people's lives do. But of course, now I'm 43, it's 2018, and I look at my life and the things that I have not done that I really wanted to do in life. And among them, for example, was writing and writing books, which I accomplished. That's great. But it didn't really change my life. Certainly, I didn't make a lot of money, but I can say I did do that. And so now, as I move back into the music realm and move towards a piano recital, I really am excited to try. I don't know. I'd be lying if I thought that there was no chance that I could, a year from now, be talking on one of these shows about how I massively failed at that, or rather this life challenge. And I don't care. I used to care a lot, but at 43, failure is what happens to people who are trying to improve and become better and do more great things in their lives. Show me a person who doesn't fail, and I'll show you a person who's likely not challenging themselves to do anything in their lives, and that's a shame. I had written on my blog about my grandmother passing, and she regretted nothing about 81 years of her life. She had done what she wanted to do. She became a wife and a mother and a wonderful grandmother. She had gone to church, quote, excuse the pun, religiously nearly every day of her life, and she was most happy that the end of her journey was coming and she was going, quote, home to meet Jesus. And I realized that my time will come to an end, hopefully much beyond 43, but there are no guarantees. And I began to look in the mirror and sit up late at night and wonder, what would I regret upon my last few breaths of life coming to me in some hospital, or even in my bed here at this home, or God forbid some accident from another car running stop sign number 575 this week. But that's another post. And I realized that all the years I had spent in music, I would really, really regret if I had never performed here in Japan beyond a karaoke gig. Now that takes a lot of time and effort. I have no interest in a train wreck of a performance, and I really do want to do something that I can be proud of. But that is likely to come at a personal cost, and I can't put that in front of my job. My company expects me to work and some, and that's fine. My family expects things from me, and that's fine. But the writing, the blogging, and the social media probably gets cut to some degree. There just aren't enough hours in the day to devote to hardcore piano practice and hardcore writing, blogging, and social media. It doesn't mean zero. I still enjoy writing, and I'm not all consuming. I do want this challenge to be some fun. I do so much in my life for other people. I enjoy, and I did enjoy these last 2 weeks, getting up every morning, jumping in the shower, shaving, and sitting in front of the piano with the headphones on, busting my fingers. It was fun, and it is fun, and I played 3 or 4 hours already today. It's Sunday. I don't want to take that to the point where it's not fun. I remember long ago in my music days, there was a point with 8 to 10 hours of music practice. It was definitely not fun. It was all business and work. That's not the point of this life challenge. I want to grow and become more and continue to be a joyful and happy person. But yeah, it's probably going to cut a book or two out of my yearly total, and it is probably going to slow the blog down to some degree. Although I do have some time at my lunch where I can kind of put a post together on occasion if I really go at it. But I guess for those that listen, don't limit yourself to one life challenge. Don't be so focused and wrapped up in your life that you don't step back and say, what else can I do? What else can I become? And how can I continue to grow and embrace all that my life and living has to offer? I'm very fortunate in my life that I'm a really happy and content person. And so when I say these things, I think people think, oh, he's a very sad and depressed person. It's quite the opposite. 99.99999% of my life is so full of joy and so full of happiness and success that the little part of my life that isn't quote unquote perfect stands out. And this is one area where I think I have an opportunity to press my potential and maximize my potential life a bit more, and that excites me. So I'm sure that I'll continue to blog and write and keep people up to date on my progress as I move forward. But if you see a little less blogging, a little less videos, and a little less retweeting and tweeting on Twitter, I'm not dead. I'm just dead serious about becoming successful and reaching this life goal. That's it, and have a great, great day.